Hello everybody and welcome to another deck profile. This time I'm here with my buddy Tom who's gonna show us his Prank Kids deck profile post Phantom Rage. So, what do you think about Prank Kids when we get the new Link 1 Meow Meow?
Meow Meow's listed.
Okay.
The deck used to run like a whole bunch of garbage just to get to open a Prank Kids and two Prank Kids and a Poly spell, but now you just need a Prank Kid because Meow Meow's absolutely bested.
Okay.
Crazy for the deck.
So we'll do a main deck, extra deck, then side deck.
Okay. So first off, we play two of each Prank Kid.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, because they're bricks, right?
Okay,
yeah.
they're bricks.
No. It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank.
It's just a prank. No, we play three of each Prank Kid. Like I said, the deck, you start with one card. As long as you open a Prank Kid, you open a variant of full combo. You just need one Prank Kid, and then Meow Meow does the rest.
Okay.
They each have different effects. For those who don't play Prank Kids, the Roxy's, each of the Prank Kids, they...
When they're used for Fusion or Link?
Yeah. When they're used for Fusion or Link, they special summon another Prank Kid.
From the deck?
And each of them have like an additional effect, so they'll do that first. They'll do their additional effect first, and then they'll special summon another Prank Kid. This one, banish one card from your hand,
Draw one.
and draw one. Lampsey's burns for 5, so you win in time. There's actually a really cool combo you can do with this. Dropsies, you gain 1,000. Again, you win in time. And Fansies, you foolish any Prank Kids card, and then special summon a Prank card.
Okay.
So they're all like pretty.
So every game you start the game with 9,000 life points and your opponent on 7-5.
Yeah. We call it the Prank Kid starting life.
Okay.
It's beautiful. We don't even bother starting with 8,000 anymore.
Okay.
We just assume both effects have resolved.
Yep.
Next, like I said, the deck is now a 1-card starter. So, as with any deck like Zoo or something that ends up with like any card being a 1-card starter, then we just throw hand traps in there.
Okay.
So Ash is just
generically good hits.
Probably one of the better, probably
the best hand
trap.
Yeah.
Like
it
covers everything. Some rogue decks just lose to it. Most meta decks, you slow down their turn or stop them from getting an extra negate or something like that. Good card. Veiler. Also, just a generic good hand trap. It's been good since it came out. Saying no to like a play starter or anything like that is really nice.
Also, it targets, so you can kind of play around like chain blocks.
Yeah. Nibiru. Put the fear of God into your opponent. If they don't play around it, then you win the game. Sometimes people can play on, but like most of the time you drop into Nibiru and
it slows down the game state.
Yeah, it either slows down the game state or your opponent passes with the token on their field. If you don't play around it, it's your fault. Get the rug dropped on you. Gamma.
Okay. Very good in the current format.
Yeah. Also, the cool thing about Gamma is because usually you end your turn with like either a Toad and a Bow Wow on field, or a Bow Wow like Battle Butler on field. They can both get themselves off the field. So even after you've set up your first turn board, Gamma's still live. It goes the same for Imperm, which I would be running, but
it costs a lot of money.
It cost me a limb, so I'm good without it.
So you can keep using the Gamma to bring out the driver from the graveyard after the initial one.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get banished, of course.
Yeah, if it doesn't get banished. But yeah, so you can clear the field yourself to enable any Gammas that you have in hand. So like if you draw Gamma off of Pranks at the end of turn, then it's still live. You can still set it up so then it's still live.
Or even the first one, you can just clear your board to make it live.
Into spells, more copies of Prank Kids. This is another 1-card starter. This card can also help you chain block when you're doing your combos. Big M5, Neg 5, it's just a good card. More copies of your 1-card play starters. Terraforming, another copy of Place, so another copy of Prank Kid, another copy of Place, another copy of Prank Kid.
What are your set rotation targets?
Set rotation targets are Fusion Recycling Plant. Like I said earlier, the opening 2 Prank Kids and a Poly is just really good. That's how you play around like Nibiru, and you can set up your Toad a lot easier with that and stuff like that. So it's just another way to get into a Poly. Also, at the end of turn, when you can add back your fusion, like a fusion target, something you use for a fusion. That's just another way to then you have a Prank Kid in hand for next turn, so then you can do it all over again. and then Mystic Mine. Sometimes you place Mystic Mine and win the game.
Yep. Card should be banned.
Yeah,
but...
card needs to go. I hate this card.
But Prankets can make use of Mystic Mine quite well.
Yeah, they've got a loop. So sometimes if you're going first, you can end on just Bow Wow, and then when your opponent summons anything, you tribute the Bow Wow in response. Now they're into Mystic Mine. So that's pretty good. Then you can also set up a combo where you can constantly loop
Dropsies,
Lampsies. So you're gaining, you're negging.
So burn for 500, gain 1,000 life.
So you can Mystic Mine somebody, but you can actually win with it. And each of those turns you end with nothing on your field. So you're keeping the Mystic Mine all the time.
Okay.
After that, we have
the fusion outlets.
Yeah, the fusion spells. So there's Poly. This is like the one that's nuts when you open hand. If you open this with like 2 prank kids or anything, or even with 1 prank kid, it's still like
you can still get to.
Yeah, you can still use it. But this card can just help you get to Todd easier. Get you. It also just doesn't lock you out. Which Pandemonium does, and in cost for it being a quick play, it locks you into prank kids.
But it does help you play through a little bit of disruption here and there.
Yeah. You can play through quite a few.
So how come you don't play any more like ways to search polymerization like Pfeiffer Patchwork or Luna Light Black Sheep? Is it because you feel like you don't need to?
You used to have to, but then like
that was pre Meow Meow.
Yeah, like now with Meow Meow, the deck's just like 1 card starter. The polys are nice to open with. You can search this anyway. During your combo, you search this. If you get this at any point, it can either start your combo or it can extend your combo, so that's fine. So you used to have to run them because you needed to open a prank kid and 2 polys, but now it's just like they're nice to have, but you don't need them. You can just start with the prank kid. Then there's the one last fusion spell, which is Thunder Dragon Fusion. I like to run the Verte package. I run Verte Anaconda in here. And
it's the Verte package is just the Thunder Dragon Fusion and the Verte.
Yeah. I'm not running Dragoon or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes at the end of a combo, you can just send this, shuffle 3 back. Sometimes it can mess up your graveyard setup, but like sometimes it's just nice.
It's a very optional like card.
Yeah, you don't have to run this, but I like it. I think it's cool.
It's also another fusion spell, and
yeah. Also, one thing to mention about Thunder Dragon Fusion is in the next turn, if you don't have any prank kids in hand and you need another prank kid, you can banish this and add what's his name, Fansies.
Okay.
And then you've got to play a starter with Fansies.
Mm-hmm.
Next is extenders. So it's like the archetypal extender is pranks. You can discard a prank kid's card, get a token, so you can use that if you need to for fusion.
For fusion or for
but mostly you want to use that token for a link summon of something. It also, you put 3 prank kids. It's your resource management card. You put 3 prank kids from your graveyard into your deck at the end of the turn and draw a card. So again,
you're looking to draw.
Yeah, you just draw hand traps.
You will looking to draw those hand traps.
You draw hand traps. That's another crazy thing about it being a 1 card starter deck now. Like you run this, and now instead of like at the end of turn you shuffle back with pranks and you get another prank kid in hand, you have the chance to draw into a Gamma or draw into Nibiru or anything like that, which is nutty. Instant Fusion gets you Rocket Red.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket represents at least 2 link target
kids.
Link materials. And sometimes you can bring back Doodle Doo with it, so you even have like the Link 2 ring or whatever. 1 for 1 can either be a play starter or a play extender.
Mm-hmm.
This is great as a play starter as well because it means it doesn't eat your normal summon, so later on you can normal summon. World-like Succession and Reborn. I don't see everybody running this, but I thought Reborn was sick because sometimes you can get the nice play extender. Also, the funny thing is if you do out the Dragoon, then you can cure opponent's Dragoon, and that's hilarious.
Pretty good. Helps you play through hand traps.
And I noticed like I really liked having the Monster Reborn because sometimes it helps me, like you said, play through hand traps. Like the problem with it being like the 1 card starter, there is kind of a choke point. If you link off your prank kids into Meow Meow and then that prank kids gets ashed, then you're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's nice to Monster Reborn that prank kid and go into whatever else.
And that's with the World Legacy Succession as well. It's just inferior.
I noticed like with Meow Meow points down. So 9 times out of 10, World Legacy Succession is Monster Reborn for all purposes. So
Okay.
why not? You want the extra deck?
Yeah, we can do extra then side.
Sure. Yeah. So first, here's your first boss monster. Battle Butler. It's quite sick. This Raigeki is in your opponent's turn. With Meow Meow, you can do it twice. Crazy. Weather Washer, sometimes instead of setting up Battle Butler, if you already have a Battle Butler, you can poly Weather Washer in your opponent's turn, and then with Weather Washer, bring back both your Link 2s. So then you have those Link 2s can't be destroyed by Battle or card effects.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of like a bootleg towers, I guess.
Yeah, they just sit there. It's also Armades.
Yeah. I don't think towers is the right thing I'm looking for.
No, I'm talking about like the effect of when Weather Washer attacks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
A little bit of utility, and Rocket Ride can attack directly.
Yeah, Rocket Ride can attack directly, which is amazing for chain blocking because you can use that on its summon. So if you make Rocket Ride with 2 Prank Kids, and then you can activate the 2 Prank Kids effects from Grave, chain this. This is your chain link 3, blocks everything. Because your Pranks can be ashed, but you can't ash involving your attack and attacking directly. So that's great. You almost never use the attacking directly. Maybe it can come up 1 in a million, but it's whatever. Then for XYZs, Roxy's is a level 4 and Dropsy's is level 2 Aqua. So you can probably see where it's going. Totally. Great card. It's just an omni to get, which sometimes sets your opponent's card. Funny thing is, play against a fusion deck, sometimes you can set their poly, which is hilarious because then you just get to use it next turn. I did that earlier today. Also, another cool thing about Toad is when it dies, you can add by the the Dropsies, not the Aqua. And then that's another thing that just gets you another play starter for next turn, which is sick.
Gives you a little bit of follow up.
Yeah. And then rank 4. Dweller wins most games.
It's a good card.
Most of the time, even when the meta changes, meta decks usually rely on the graveyard, so whatever. Good card. Evermax is our non-Prank Kids linked monster. Outs Dragoon.
Okay, very useful.
No matter what, most of the time this is out in Dragoon, so... And even then, even if you're not using it to out Dragoon, some decks can't out Evermax. So sometimes you can just make it and then sit on it.
Yep.
That's just a good ass monster to end on.
Very good against control decks.
Yeah, it's also just my preferred link for. The Verte package, like I said. I don't really need to explain this much. The other boss monster, Rip Roar and Roaster. Currently, don't find much use for this. This is instead of Raigeki, you Harpy's Feather Dust to your opponent.
Blow all their back row. Yeah,
and blow up all back row. Don't usually find a lot of use for this right now, but I'm not going locals or anything like that, so I don't know. But sometimes it's good.
If you're going to regional, you could potentially side it and play double Butler.
Yeah, I've with the Verte package, some people run double Butler instead, because then you can have triple Raigeki if you want, or you can have a follow-up Raigeki the next turn if you can't shuffle back your Battle Butler for some reason. So that's pretty good. Then there's the 2 Link 2s. There's Bow Wow. This boosts something by 1,000. This is usually how you kill your opponent in your next turn. This is also how you set up plays in your opponent's turn. It just buffs another Prank Kid by 1,000. You can make 2 of them in a turn pretty easily usually, and then just smack your opponent. And then there's Doodle-Doo, pretty key to the main combo. You can usually add Pranks or Pandemonium, and it's pretty good. So just your other Link 2. And then finally, my totally legitimate sample text Meow Meow that I definitely own, and that's not printed.
They're coming in the mail. They're coming
in the mail.
This is what makes the deck a competitive contender now.
This card's crazy. Most people I talk to about Prank Kids, this card, when they were asking for a Link 1, this card could have been
no
blank.
Effect.
It could have just been a blank card. Nothing could be here. In fact, it could probably lock you out of anything that isn't Prank Kids, and it'd still be fine. You're still making double Raigeki, but now that's not only does this card activate Prank Kids effect off of a normal summon, but it also, you can banish it instead of tributing one of the boss monsters, so then you can double Raigeki.
Do the double effect.
Which is absolutely insane.
So yeah.
That's now. Some lists run 3, but like whatever.
You can always shuffle it back with pranks.
Yeah, I'm not found a reason to run 3 yet. So.
Okay, very quickly over the side deck.
Plan, used to run it in the main deck, don't think it's good enough. It's good against the back row matchups because you can make Rip Roaring in your opponent's turn. So it's good against other matchups. The 2 side deck staples, Prank Tops, amazing for going seconds. We're just really good against back row. My decidable, like, hand traps, Lancia just wins against
Dinosaurs.
Dinos. Most things that banish from graveyard, it's real good. Draw and Lockbird, everybody has a Heroes player at their locals.
Yep. Just very good against that search in general.
Yeah, and any deck that just draws a bunch of cards in a turn or adds a bunch of cards, just good against. We have back row, Twin Twister. Mm-hmm. You usually don't need too much resources in hand, so I just think Twin Twister's better in Prankeds than Cosmic. Mm-hmm. Most decks I'd run Cosmic, but Twin Twister, like, I don't need... It
sets up your graveyard.
Yeah, I just don't need the cards in hand anymore. And Dark Ruler no more. Sometimes if you're forced to go second, then your opponent makes something unbreakable. It's no longer unbreakable.
No longer unbreakable.
So, yeah, that's it, really.
All right, thanks for your profile. Any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to the Prank Kids Discord, I guess. It's where I got most of my ideas from when I first started the deck. That's where I like read through all the combos, figured out everything.
The spreadsheet.
Yeah, the spreadsheet, the mega mind Word document of combos. Yeah, that's it really.
All right, thank you.